Hey everyone, Nubkeks here. Welcome back to the Road to Grandmaster. In today's episode, we're on Brax's Holdout, and we are going to be busting out Gul'dan. Mr. Daniel himself. Everyone on our team wants to play Arthas, apparently. So that's kind of fun. And yeah, we will see how this goes. I think, if I remember correctly, this ends up being like a super close and like a bit of a bloodbath of a game. But yeah, anyway, this Zero guy is a main Arthas. It's his most played hero, so that's cool. Very happy days for him. He's probably loving this patch. I'll tell you that much. He's probably delighted with himself. But yeah, Gul'dan, I'm actually liking this hero a lot at the moment. I think he's very good. His wave clear is insane. I think he's probably got the best swarm clear of the Zerg swarm on Brax's Holdout. Great sustained damage. I think he's a really cool hero. I like him very, very much. Anyway, right here, I decide to ban out the Sonya. If this was me now, I'd probably be banning out the Tassadar instead. I think this isn't good. I think, Tasvala is just disgusting and they just win bottom lane. So I think that's a mistake in hindsight. But I just didn't want to go up against the Sonya. But yeah, I would definitely be looking at this going, Tasvala! They should first pick Tassadar and win the game. Super easy. Anyway, whoops. I don't know if they do. I don't remember. No, he goes for Rexxar. I think that's a mistake. He could have had Tassadar. Anyway, I'm going to grab the Gul'dan. And we're going to go for Zarya. I actually like this Zarya here an awful lot. I think Zarya is great. I think that Zarya is really good on Braxis. It's one of her best maps. The laning power she brings, the poke she brings, the shielding she brings is just, it's super duper strong. I think it's really, really good. And she fulfills a sort of similar role to Tassadar. Now, because we got Gul'dan, Gul'dan obviously doesn't synergize well with Tassadar to the extent that like a Vala or a Tracer would. So that leaves us a bit open to do a few more things. The enemy team could still build a Tracer comp. Sorry, not Tracer, a Tassadar comp. Like, they should really have picked up, Tassadar. Like, they could have go Rexxar, Tasvala, Malf, and then, a tank of some sort, and they would have been fine. They would have been actually in a really, really good spot. Rexxar solo lane, then, Tasvala, Malf, and then some sort of warrior bottom lane, and that's insanely good. Tassadar's been completely overlooked here. They picked up Sylvanas, who's obviously good on the map, but not as good as Tass. I don't know how Tass completely slipped through this draft. Doesn't make any sense to me. Definitely doesn't make any sense to me. Kind of funny, yeah. Kind of funny. They decided to ban out Lucio, fearing him most as another support. Luckily, we are looking to actually pick up Oriole, which is really nice. I'm actually not sure. I think we want Arthas with the 4-man, though. So, I'm not sure, just leave this other guy to... I don't know who wins against Rexxar, that's the thing. I think Falstad should be fine. I think Falstad does well against Rexxar, probably better than Dahaka. I think Rexxar beats Dahaka. It's like Dahaka can never actually hit Rexxar himself. I don't know. I'm not actually sure who beats Rexxar in lane. I don't know, I don't see him very much. But yeah, I think Falstad should be fine. Falstad can wave clear completely safely, and he's got better wave clear than Rexxar does. So it should be cool, and then he'll still bring the global presence, so he can actually fly down and gank down bottom. I can get some nice picks with that. The Chromie pick is actually very smart. Chromie is so good against Oriole, and that's obviously the healer that we're looking at getting here, because she synergizes so well with Gul'dan. We're going to be doing so much damage with Gul'dan that we can really empower the Oriole. But now it becomes really awkward because they got Chromie. I probably wouldn't pick the Oriole now. The problem is that Chromie can poke you down at range, and, Oriole can just get starved of energy. Brightwing. Brightwing could have maybe worked. Maybe. Sort of constant healing. I think Brightwing could have worked. He goes for Kharazim. Okay, I'm actually not a fan of Kharazim either. I think Kharazim and Oriole were two bad choices then. Oriole would have been so good. It would have been perfect with the Gul'dan. Again, that's a super dominant and an annoying lane to go up against in the fort. Gul'dan, Oriole, Zarya. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. It's like you just keep moving forwards aggressively. Zarya shields everyone up. Zarya's at like max energy, just throwing out all this constant poke. And then Gul'dan is just clearing the waves and pushing down structures as well. Oriel's got tons of energy to heal up anyone who does take damage. That's just a nightmare to go up against. The Chromie pick really counters the Oriel too hard, so it stops us going for that. I don't think Karazim provides enough healing to deal with... I think that's a mistake. Karazim doesn't provide enough healing to counter Chromie either. Karazim also doesn't bring Cleanse into level 16 against Temporal Loop. Boy. Yeah, I don't like the Karazim pick at all. It's always interesting watching these games back because I played so many games in like the 3-day period that I've kind of forgotten each one individually. So it's kind of a fresh experience. It's pretty interesting stuff. Pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, I think like Rexxar, Falstad won't win the objective against Rexxar, but he could like outpush him in the lane. I don't know, and then like fly down and gank. I think that would work better. I think that would work pretty well. It's like he just outpushes Rexxar, and then he can fly down and we can win the 4-man team. I think that's basically what we should be looking to do. Though the Karazim is going to make things difficult. Karazim, it's just not going to be able to... Again, the problem with Oriel is that Oriel, because she's reliant on damage to heal, she can't out-heal Chromie. But I mean, Karazim can't out-heal Chromie either. Like, he just can't. He's not able to. We can maybe go for Medic. I think Medic would actually work pretty well. She's not in much danger from anyone else. She's got Cleanse, which Karazim doesn't. Looks like an Insight Karazim too. Oh boy. Yeah, Oriel would have... Medic would have brought Cleanse. She could also just bring Medivac. So if she ever gets Temporal Looped herself, I think she's got time to get in Medivac. You know what? Let me look that up. Let me look it up. I'm not sure. I bet you the talent just says after a short delay. If someone could confirm for me whether or not she's got time to get into Medivac. It obviously removes her from the fight for a few seconds though. What other supports would be available? Medic. How long's a Medivac? Doesn't say, does it? Nope, it doesn't say. I'm not sure how long the cast time of that is. Anyway, right here I'm gonna get killed. Chromie's got bronze talents and I forgot about that and it's dumb. And we die because of it, so that was silly. Very big mistake there. Give up a free kill to the enemy team and leave us in a rough spot. What other healers are available? Yeah, it's just tough. Like, who can deal with the Chromie poke? I think Brightwing was a good choice. This constant healing. And more healing than... I don't know. Yeah. They kind of screwed us. They did a good support lock there. It's pretty smart. Interesting. Very interesting game. Interesting draft. I'm going to go for Q build Gul'dan in this game, by the way. Basically, the goal here... one of my main considerations when building Gul'dan is how important spell armor is for me at level 13. In this game, going up against a Chromie, it's very important. And that's basically going to be one of our main goals here. Is to be proccing our spell armor constantly so that Chromie's damage against us is going to be vastly nullified. That's the big goal. So yeah, this level 1 talent, Pursuit of Flame, is going to make that pursuit much easier. It's going to make it much easier to maintain those stacks on ourselves. That was kind of silly. 1 Q and then a W, we would have killed the Chromie. That's a big misplay for me. When we let Chromie walk away. Seems just a bit shaky. Making mistakes in this game. Fighting the Chromie. And I shook my confidence as well. Then we get hit by a big Chromie hit. And once this happens, it's just like you're gone from the lane. There's nothing much you can do. Unless you, like, tap a well. But I mean, look at that. Karazim can heal us like that. Like once every like 8 seconds or something. It's really nothing. So you're completely reliant on wells to actually sustain up in this lane. This is not ideal. That's a good route. I might die here. Yeah, I think I'm dead. I am super dead. Time traps. That's like 3 deaths for me. Like in a row. Is that 3 deaths? I think it's 3 deaths. It's 2 or 3. It's pretty bad either way. Noobing it up big time. Having a real big problem. Again, I think like part of why this lane is so horrible is because of that Chromie. That's actually one thing to bear in mind. Like Falstad can fly up and gank. Can gank the Rexxar. I think the Falstad pick is pretty good. It's like he can lane. He should be able to lane against Rexxar fine, and then he can do ganks, and it should work out pretty well. But yeah, ooh, that's an aggressive move. I like it though. It's cool. Why not? Yeah, the monk pick is dodgy. Looks like Arthas is probably going to die here. He's taking so much damage. Rexar's arrived. Hello, Rexar. Nice to see you. And we're getting some double stacks off the bear, which is nice. Healing up a little bit. Trying to come down here and do some damage to Chromie. We do plenty of damage to Chromie. Again, we get caught in a time trap, our favorite hobby in this particular game. Luckily, Chromie not able to land a follow-up attack this time. And we're going to get Hunger for Power in this case. I mean, the healing from Kharazim is just irrelevant, to be honest. So we have to rely on our own healing with Drain Life, basically. That's just the name of this game. There's no way that we survive with just Kharazim healing. It's so small, it just doesn't matter. So we're not even going to bother. The Zarya shields also kind of need to be on point as well, I'd say. A good Zarya shield could really nullify a lot of what Chromie's trying to do. But yeah, she's a tough hero to play against here without a healer that can support you through it. I would have gone for Medic myself, and just YOLO Medic. You got Zarya shields as well to protect you from the temporal loop. I think it would have worked fine. That's what I would have gone for, personally. Would have been a different game. And tough game so far. It's level 8 to level 7. Now, we're structurally behind, but in terms of XP, we're doing pretty well. And our team have been actually doing a good job against Rexar. Punishing him pretty hard, actually. He's gone for Inside Kharazim to try to heal more. I guess he just didn't have Medic. Or he's not comfortable with Medic. So he's just trying to get the max healing as possible with Insight. Okay. So Vanus is going to be defending here. We're fine with that. Chromie does have Temporal Loop. And this is the problem now with Kharazim, is that we've got... Temporal Loop is going to be a bit of a nightmare, to be blunt, until he gets level 16 and can get the Cleansing Kick. Until that point, it's going to be pretty damn rough. Kharazim goes aggressive. Nice pressure. I don't think we had enough to chase the Rexar down. Anyway, we take out the fort pretty easily. Our fort goes down in bottom lane, but it was super low, so it wasn't really a problem. I'm going to Hearthstone back now and try to defend. I don't feel like we have enough to keep the push on here, especially against Chromie with Temporal Loop. I feel like if we try to push down those keep walls, we'd just be asking to die horribly. Really horribly and brutally. But yeah, we're up ahead in terms of XP. So despite the problems we've been having, we're doing good this game. We're actually doing pretty good. We had a better swarm there. And yeah, we're definitely in this and doing well. Horrify here at level 10. It's going to be nice for us. We got 30 out of 40 stacks required for our Q talent at level 1, which is great. Other talents I built for here. Again, this is my kind of, it's the sort of standard enough Korean Gul'dan build. Pursuit of Flame at level 1. Hit 40 heroes with our Q. We've hit 30 so far. And once we do that, it increases the radius by 10%. Level 4 then improved life tap so that we basically require a lot less healing. Speaking of requiring healing, we're now in a bit of a rough spot. The Chromie damage feels so bad, man. Definitely as Gul'dan, you're somewhat immobile, so you're quite vulnerable to that, and it's going to be a big problem until level 13. Then it gets a lot better. Level 7, Hunger for Power. We get less healing, but we're not getting much healing from Kharazim anyway, so it's not too important. Hunger for Power is going to increase our damage. I want to drain life a minion, but we can't. Like, if we stand still and drain life a minion, we're going to die. Now, luckily, Chromie's out of position. Getting greedy. She knew that she was beating me in lane. So she's kind of juking around. She's trying to kill me now, so we just have to sidestep her. And that's fine. We can drain life for this minion. And that's pretty cool. Someone's pinging for the boss. I don't know about that. Seems pretty risky. I wouldn't do that, team. I wouldn't do that. But yeah, Hunger for Power I think is good. It makes our Qs hit much harder. And again, this is going to scale really well later into the game. Horrify at level 10, of course. No big surprise there. It's dead standard. Okay, we can get fairly free stacks for our Q off the bear, which is nice. Up to 38 now, so we're going to finish this Q quest very soon, and that's going to enable us to actually do more damage from a much safer range as well, which would be great. Also let us hit that backline a bit more, which we're having trouble getting to. There we go, it's finished now, so our Qs are a much longer range, which is lovely. Rexar's been a bit of a problem here. We're going to make our way towards our team, pinging for help just so they know. Or do they know? Actually going to Horrify him just to try to survive a little bit longer. Alright, we just about make it out. Okay, cool. Ooh! That was close! I mean, not even close. We had it under control the entire time. Zarya. Under control the entire time, like I said, team. Okay, never mind. She did die. Oh, he died too. Okay, well. It's fine. We got a full Zerg. It's under control. We got the full Zerg wave. It's all good. It's probably actually worth it to do this. So the Sylvanas is going to get no value right now. Well, she's actually pretty good at clearing the wave, but this is good for us. And there's actually big pressure on to this fort. Should definitely take the fort down and should get maybe the keep walls if we're lucky. Anyway, level 13, that's what I'm really looking forward to, finally getting Fell Armor whenever we hit a hero with Fell Flame. And bear in mind now, that's much easier that we finish our level 1 Pursuit of Flame quest. We get 40 spell armor for 2.5 seconds. Hallelujah. We suddenly take much less damage from Chromie. She's much less of a pain. And we're going to be much more survivable. There we go, Fell Armor. Fantastic. Now, it does become important that we do land our Qs against heroes. Quite important that we do that. But once we do, Chromie's damage, we're going to take 40% reduced damage from Chromie. And we're going to have a much better time. It's going to be great. Right here, I think we're able to keep poking a little bit here with the Gul'dan. Again, we got such super, like, look at the range on that Q with this talent complete. It's massive range. We can actually poke from quite a distance. So that's going to be nice as well. Get damage past that Misha, who has been such a pain in our butt. Now, the next big power spike for us is a huge damage power spike, which is level 16, which is picking up Rampant Hellfire, which is whenever we hit a hero with our Q. And remember, that's like, this is basically our priority. This build is all about landing Qs. Whenever we land a Q against a hero, it gets 8% increased damage for 5 seconds, and we can stack that up to 5 times for a total of 40% bonus damage on our Qs. So, our Qs are bigger from level 1, so they're easier to land. We need to life tap less often because of improved life tap. We're getting 35% more mana every time we life tap, so life tapping much less often, getting tongue-tied as well. Which means that we're going to be spending our health much less. So we'll be healthier and therefore more safe from Chromie, which is great. We're taking Hunger for Power, so we get less healing but do 15% more damage. Most importantly, 15% more damage with our Q ability, Fell Flame. And then also because, you know, we're getting less healing, but then it synergizes pretty nicely with our level 4 because we need less healing because we're using less of our life to fuel our abilities. It's doing damage against the structure there pretty safely. Are we actually picking a fight here? Temporal Loop comes down. Gust away. Arthas is completely safe. Cool. I was looking for maybe a Horrify here. Okay, we're not going to get it. Alright, we're going to back off. We do have... There's a big-ass wave down bottom that we need to deal with, so this is completely fine. And we just use Mighty Gust. Like, we're down a couple of heroics. Time Trap. My worst nemesis. Catches me out. Dismounts me. How rude. But yeah. Rest of the synergies with the talent build. So Fell Armor then level 13, giving us protection from Chromie. Again, easier to land because we've got the bigger Qs and we're focused on landing the Qs. And then not only the bigger Qs, making Rampant Hellfire, the stacking damage talent, easier to stack because it's easier to land the Q. We're also focused on landing the Q because there are other talents. And then also, not only is that 40% stacking damage from Rampant Hellfire giving us more damage, but we're also getting even more damage from Hunger for Power, 15% more. So our Qs are doing way more damage and hitting a lot more than another Gul'dan would. I'm not sure what happened up here, but there's a fight going on as we were wave clearing. I just wasn't paying attention, to be honest with you. I was raving about Qs in the commentary, and presumably in the game I was just happily clearing this wave and thinking everything was Gucci. I have no idea what happened there. That was weird. I wasn't paying attention in the commentary, so I really have no clue. Someone probably got caught out in a rotation coming up to defend this top fort and got punished for it. The enemy team could boss off of this. Looks like they're going to go for this turn-in instead. I'm going to save the fort for the time being. It's not very worthwhile. Zarya actually stops this. I think they are going for boss. Yeah, they've gone for boss. No, never mind. Savannah's here. Never mind. I got caught in time trap. I would love to retreat. Waste Horrify. That's something of a waste for Horrify. I guess. That's rough, though. Again, being a little bit greedy with the positioning, but I think I had it just right that we were fine. I'm pretty sure we were fine, but then there's a freaking time trap! Freaking invisible time trap! And that obviously means that we get stung by ATC, we get rooted, and we get killed. Looks like the rest of our team are following suit and overextending. They're gonna be okay. But there's no way we actually get this, right? Like, this is just 100% Zerg wave against us. We shouldn't be trying to fight this. We're down heroes. They've got temporal loop. They've got like... They could kill us so easily. Like, I'm pretty sure all that's going to come out of this is death. Falstad actually deactivates this down bottom. I'm pretty sure Arthas dies here. Yep, Arthas dead. And I'm pretty sure they can just now get the 100% thing anyway. They take out the fort. Just trying to poke away and clear some of these waves while we're here. I'm not in too much danger. Alright, so the wave is cleared out. There we go. They go down and grab that. And that's why I was kind of saying, like, we don't really want to fight too much. Hey, Rexar's a bit out of position. If only we had Horrify, and we would have been a dead Rexar right there. We Horrify them back. We actually missed Sylvanas, which is a problem. Grab Rampant Hellfire. Alright, cool. Sylvanas does die, thank God. They got a kill on Rexar in the meantime, so that actually worked out really well. Oh my god, we actually denied the thing. Wow, everything worked out there perfectly. Holy shit. Gust, that's a good Gust. I think he's gonna die. Falstad, that is. We keep getting interrupted by ETC and his freaking knockbacks. Ah, and the mosh pit! Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. We got greedy, team. We got super greedy. God damn it. That's a 2v3 right now. They might be able to stall it out with this. Maybe. Damn. Anyway, I mean, like, I'm surprised that we managed to hold on for so long against this Zerg Swarm. And that fight almost went great for us. And then we got a little bit greedy. The mosh pit hit all of us there. And we got taken out. Ouch. So close to potentially winning the game right there. Damn. Anyway, big Zerg Swarm coming in. We will be respawned in time to stop this, though. But yeah, in terms of my play here so far, I'd say missing a few too many Qs. It's very important that we land all of those. And yeah, getting a bit greedy with positioning there against the ETC and so on. Bit of a mistake. Anyway, we're Gul'dan here. We got really good wave clear against the Zerg Swarm. Like, we can just keep throwing these Qs out. Again, we want to be trying to hit heroes as we do this. Stack up that bonus damage. You can see Arthas is dead already. Oops. We got up to 3 stacks right there, and then we weren't able to hit another hero, so we kind of lost some. There's another stack. That's 8% more damage on the Qs. I think we're going to lose this now. Yeah. Need to land a Q. There we go. Let's actually waste Divine Palm, funnily enough, because of that spell armor. Waste Divine Palm. He palms us for safety, but we've got spell armor from our Q, so we take 40% reduced damage from Chromium. We actually live. So that's a heroic gone. And yeah, it's very important whenever she hits us with a temporal loop that we land the Q, usually, apart from Palm kind of interfering there. But yeah, you can see we hit this bear for 600 damage with one of these like fully stacked Rampant Hellfire. Every Q doing 600 damage. I mean, if we hit 5 members of the enemy team, that's 3,000 damage. That's insane. At level 17, it's only going to get higher as we go on. But yeah, pretty interesting ability right there. Are they doing the bot? No, they're not. Sylvanas is top. We want to do bots. We got Mighty Gust. Don't have Horrify. This is a ballsy move. This is a very ballsy move. But with Mighty Gust, we might be able to get away with it. We got tons of damage too. I don't think the enemy team expects this. They're not going to be here on time. Gust. Oh no. Gust Expulsion Zone failed. Mosh pit. No. Oh boy. Hey, we got a kill though. Horrify multiple members of the enemy team. Malth is still alive. Hit Sylvanas, do some damage to her. She goes down, nice. Someone else dies, unfortunately. Whoa, that was so close. That expulsion zone. The Gust comes in to secure the boss. The expulsion zone lands not on the boss point, actually knocks ETC back from the Gust. Gets gusted into expulsion zone, knocked back into the boss point, and hits our entire team, I think, with a mosh pit. Luckily that he was just barely off the boss at that point when he mosh pitted, so we actually captured the boss. Thank God for that. That was almost a disaster. Holy shit. But anyway, we win the fight. Got a couple of kills for ourselves. We lost 1 hero. But yeah, the boss didn't do too much damage in the end either, but it did something. We grabbed some mercs in the meantime. At the very least, that got us a bit more XP to help catch us up to level 20, right? The enemy team is ahead. They're level 19 now. Hitting level 20 soon is pretty scary. We're laying a trap here. I like it. I dig it. I've got Horrify up in a second. Half a second. Letting my teammates know. They get spotted out. But I think the enemy team doesn't fully suspect what's going on here. Okay, they rotate in. We do some damage. We get locked down. Try to use Horrify, but we're just dead instantly. I mean, we had... all of our allies were there to back us up. I think they got distracted to the side. Palm procs. But anyway, 2 kills for our team. So, yeah. I guess I went for it a bit too soon. I don't know. But anyway, it did not work out well. We just got instantly destroyed. Maybe if I'd fired off a Fell Flame first. I don't know. I definitely overestimated there. I think our teammates were in position to save us. But I don't really mind. I'm not sure exactly what went wrong. It happened so quickly. But we're happy. Anyway, look. They decided not to help me out, and I just got instantly killed. But they got 2 kills. So, hey, look, I died, but they got 2 kills. That's a win. So we're perfectly happy with that. This is a risky move. An expulsion zone down. Anyway, I'm going to be able to depush this lane. Not a problem. Level 20 is quickly approaching. Not the most efficient wave clear ever. Again, with Gul'dan, I'm not too worried about the regen globes. I want to make sure to just like keep getting in a better position for Qs. I want to do this with speed as opposed to anything else. I mean, as you can see, like right there, like we're back up to full health and mana. Like it's literally not a problem. Okay, it's not a problem. So that's why I'm not bothered about those regen globes. I want to just try to be pushing forwards and clearing out the wave as I go, just maximizing efficiency in terms of time. Maybe saves like half a second or something. It's probably not important, but yeah, you get the idea. Anyway, right, here we are in this fight. One of our big goals is to actually be landing our Qs and stacking up our Q damage. This is a mosh pit. We're going to Horrify him to cancel this because I think it hit everyone right there. Gust actually comes out as well. But yeah, I think we might have, we could have potentially died there from that mosh pit, so that's why I use Horrify on that. You don't normally want to do that, I wouldn't say. And we've got 5 stacks of our Q. You can see, like, the bear just melts. So that's a ETC kill and a bear kill for us, and we're pushing in on the keep here. Ooh, Zarya's low. Zarya's dead. Oh, nope. Sylvanas decided not to fire off the final arrow right there. This is still pretty close, though. This could go either way. Trying to hit the Chromie. Trying to hit anyone for some spell armor. Need to be super careful. We're also really low on life, so even if I do get spell armor, I might still die. Yeah, this is pretty gnarly here. Uh-oh. Not game yet, team. Not game yet, team. We're going to drain life from the bear just to get some mana to play with here. Gonna pop our thing. Again, we've got spell armor, so we can be pretty aggressive. We can sidestep the Chromie Qs. It's not a problem. And there we go. He actually dies. I think Malf actually died to the poison. Yeah, he did. Alright, nice. That's good. Again, the bear's not really much of a threat. Oh, maybe it is, actually. It does some pretty high basic attack damage. It's popping some healing as well. Some defenses as well. My video playback there stuttered a little bit. I don't think that was in game. I think that was my video playback. He stayed way too deep. ETC has respawned. I think he should be okay. We've got Horrify if needs be as well. Then we just want to run though. Boss and win. Anyway, the enemy core's down to 44%, so that's nice. We're just going to guide this Kara's teammate, let him dash to us. It's perfectly fine. Yeah, gonna Hearthstone at this point. Join back up. Chromie's dead for a while. That was pretty crazy there, push near the core. Holy shit. I thought we were going to win there, and then it kind of turned around a little bit. Well, it didn't kind of. They did push us off the core. Now, the core is super low, but... yeah, still all to play for, I would say. This could go either way. Anyway, we kind of redeemed ourselves in that last sort of push for the fairly dodgy Gul'dan play so far. Been a nice Horrify to stop the mosh pit, which is a really big deal. And then we did pretty good damage during the fight. So we can walk away fairly happy with how that went, I think. And bear in mind, we do have a global with Falstad, who presumably has epic mounts. Even without that, we still have, you know, global with Falstad. I think this is a bad idea to actually take this. Arthas isn't there. I think it is too risky. I mean, you're just asking, it's like, we are ahead right now. We've got the global with Falstad. It's like, we have the advantage, right? We have the advantage. The enemy team doesn't. We have it. So why take the big risk going for the boss where they could invade and kill us all? There we go. Okay, I was saying, look, we've got the global, they don't. So we've got pressure on the beacons that they don't have. We can exploit that much more safely. Zarya scanning at the boss, that's good. Chromie scouting us out with her vision. That's good for them. But yeah, I think like the boss is it's a bit of a throw pit. That's one way to lose that we don't have to deal with. Okay, Rexar's gone top. We could also fly behind Rexar and gank him. That's another option here. Like we've got fly. We've got false out with fly. We've got multiple options to deal with this. Now this is not the ideal way to deal with it. We lose 22% of the beacon to the enemy team. So that somewhat sucks. They've got some vision on us. We're gonna start stacking our Q on the bear. Okay, he's kind of out of position here, which is nice. Got a nice Horrify there on the enemy team, knocking Rexar into our team. Oh, it's actually Mosh Pit. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, could this be a disaster, team? We didn't interrupt Mosh Pit. I thought it was a great Horrify. No, knocking Sylvanas away, knocking Malf, and just knocking them all around. But that Mosh Pit, we actually lost Karazim. We only killed the bear. Never mind. Chromie goes down. Arthas picking off the kill. Excellent stuff. Wait, what killed it? That's a weird... What the fuck is that? Is that an Arthas minion? I don't fucking know. That was a weird looking yoke. Killed her. Was it one of the mercs killed her? I don't know. Something killed her anyway. But anyway, Chromie's dead. So that's good. And there we go. We got the global, so we do get some of the charge on the beacons. 46% by the time Sylvanas takes it away. We're fine with that. No problem. And yeah, Chromie being dead takes away... It's like she's their main damage dealer, so we're super safe actually now to actually push in and fight. Like, there's very little for us to be scared of. Even though we're down our support. Oh dear, Zarya in a rough spot though. This is something to be scared of. We're doing as much damage as we can with our Qs here through the enemy team. Hitting the bear, hitting ETC. He does go down. It's the boss. The boss is killing boss MVP. When our team were saying we should do the boss, I thought, like, they were not... No, they meant get the boss to kill the enemies. Oh, boss hype. So now we can do the boss. Finally, we've been waiting for this for a long time. Now's the time. No one's there. Feels bad. Hello, Mouth. But yeah, this is an easy boss for us now. We're even going to get a full Zerg Swarm as well. But like, it's 3v5, easy boss take, no problem. And this should be game. This will be boss with Zerg Swarm. Happy days. Mouth is there. Hello. I mean, Falstad could fly behind and we could kill him. Oh, Falstad is defending top. Falstad's dying top. He's not going to die, though. Ah, fail, Horrify. I'm the worst. She should still die. Yeah. But anyway, it's a fail, Horrify. That's game. Chromie making a last-ditch attempt to get a kill, which might have saved the game. Like a 4v5 defense. Might have saved it. But boss plus swarm against 4 heroes... It's not gonna happen. This is gonna be game. There should be no way. Ooh, maybe a big mosh pit actually. We don't have Horrify, which means you can't fail to block them. You can't fail to block it. Zerg Swarm completely bypassing this tower. What a jerk. Anyway, the bear's dead. Rip bear, and looks like this is... Rexar's not in a good spot either, but I mean, boss is on the core. There's a mosh pit. Hello. Just gonna do some damage to him as we go. Mouth bolts in. Tries to go for the silence, but not even close to being able to stop us here. We take down the core. I mean, maybe if Chromie had got that kill on Falstad and escaped, maybe. I think they still would have lost, but maybe. Anyway, we won the game just about. We got MVP. I don't know. I thought I did pretty well, I suppose. I also felt like I made mistakes in this game. I felt like, particularly my early game was dreadful. My early game really was dreadful. Like, admittedly, sure, we had a Karazim against Chromie, and like we had early game Gul'dan against a Chromie. It was gonna be pretty rough, but like I feel like even still, even for how rough it was gonna be, we made some really derpy mistakes in terms of our play there that we could have improved upon. As we moved into late game and got the tools of, you know, the late game Q-Bill Gul'dan with the spell armor and everything, I think we started doing better. And we had some nice plays, so that was good. It was a close game though. Very intense, and I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Long, intense, I think pretty interesting. And I would say even with a pretty dodgy Karazim pick in the draft, we managed to pull it off in the end. So that was kind of nice. And then, yeah, just a weird draft with the Karazim healer against Chromie, and then Tass completely slipping through. I mean, like, seriously, Tass Vala is just gross. Tass Sergeant Hammer, ew. Yeah, just all that sort of stuff is terrifying to play against. But it slipped through for some reason in this one. It did. So yeah, kind of strange. Anyway, it's cool. Talent built again, and go over it finally at the end. This is my favorite talent build, particularly when they have some sort of ability damage that can be hitting you pretty hard because of just getting that really guaranteed spell armor, and then being able to very safely... This is like the longest range Gul'dan build. Normally your Q is much shorter range, so you're more at risk. This is the safest one, and that's what I really love about it. You're spending the least amount of life because of improved life tap at level 4, and then yeah, you're just doing loads of safe Q damage, and it's just a bit simpler. I just don't like playing the corruption build. I don't like the skill shot much. I play corruption build, by the way, which is corruption build. The important parts of that are echo corruption at 1, which makes your corruption strike like reverse, like a free sort of reverse corruption cast after your corruption, and then ruinous affliction, which just makes it do bonus damage at level 16. That's the corruption build, really, and I feel that's better if they're like, for example, a very melee heavy team. They're going to be really stacked up, so you can get these big juicy corruptions through the enemy team that will do loads of AoE damage. The Q build for me is more versatile, and that's the one I pretty much go for 85-90% of the time. It is Pursuit of Flame at level 1, getting more range on your Q. Also, you finish the quest way earlier than Echo Corruption, so you get the value out of the talent earlier. Improved Life Tap at level 4, for just being more self-sufficient in terms of your life. Hunger for Power at level 7, so you get less healing from allies, but do 15% more damage with Corruption itself, which is quite nice, right? So it's more damage on Corruption, that's cool. And then 15% more damage on your Q. That's the really, really big deal here, because it's all about the Q. Horrify at level 10. Fell Armor at level 13 for all that tankiness, and this is very easy to proc with the extra range Q that you've got. So 40 spell armor should be, like in a team fight, realistically, once you get this talent, you should have 40 spell armor fairly permanently during a team fight if you're landing your Qs properly. So that adds a lot of tankiness to you. Rampant Hellfire at level 16 then is a huge power spike for damage, absolutely massive. Just ramping up your Fell Flame damage to up to 40% as you land multiple Qs during the team fight. Level 20, I personally take Haunt, which upgrades Horrify to last an additional second and also reduce their armor by 25. I just think it's really nice, like that. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I really love this talent. Horrify by default is 2 seconds. Knocking it up to 3 seconds is a really big deal. And I mean, like you can just win the game off a good Horrify, like even more easily with that, because you know the extra second is such a long time in a team fight, and then the armor reduction as well enables you to like blow someone up. So yeah, I dig this talent. Demonic Circle though at level 20 is a very good option as well, where you can place down a circle and teleport back to it. I was considering it in this game to maybe do some fancy jukes if like it's for a loop or something, or mosh pit, but in the end I decided that the Haunt was better. I'm not super comfortable with Demonic Circle. I don't think I've actually ever used it. Maybe once. Maybe once. I just always go for Haunt because it's just simpler. And yeah, in this game, seeing as I was, had some mistakes, to put it mildly. Seeing as I had some mistakes, I decided I wouldn't take like a relatively new talent to me that makes the character more complex. I just take the talent that just amplifies something I'm already doing. It doesn't add any complexity. I went for Haunt. And that's kind of somewhat as well the theory of this Gul'dan build, is that it's the one that's simplest. You have to worry the least about damaging yourself with life tap. You don't have to worry about, like, you always have mana pretty much. You always have life. It's just very easy to manage your mana and your life because of improved life tap. Your damage is coming from a much more consistent Q than worrying about landing Corruption as a difficult skill shot. So it just kind of frees you up very much so to focus on your positioning and to focus on landing good Horrifies. And I really do think it's probably the best Gul'dan build overall. I think it's the most consistent. I think it's the easiest to play. And I think those things are actually very important for Hero League. You got enough stuff to worry about, so make your life easier. But Corruption build, if they're super melee stacked, and you can get great value out of it. But yeah, there you guys go. Hope you enjoyed. Give a thumbs up if you did. I'll catch you all next time for more Heroes of the Storm. Bye-bye.